What is going on YouTube? I'm bringing you a video today of just kind of my collection. You know, I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I play about Edison, Dueling Book, whatever it might be. But my real passion for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is collecting. So I'm going to just go through a little bit of stuff that I have. And I'll show, maybe start something where I kind of show off a few collections, or maybe other people can post collections. I know of a few of my friends I've asked to post videos of their collections because, again, collecting is my passion, which means I just love seeing what other people have. So I go through, one of my favorite things to have is generally just stuff that other players don't have. As weird as that sounds, I know everyone loves their own thing, but I just like having some rare stuff that you generally don't see. So I'm going to start off with this UDS mat, and I don't know the exact story of all UDS mats, and this one needs to be wiped off, a lot of dust on it. But this Exodia UDS mat, Ultimate Duel Series, I believe was a tournament series that generally took place between 2017 to 2018, and again, I don't know the regions, I don't know anything about it. But the winners, usually I think top 8 or whatever, would get these mats. As far as I know, there is this one, a Seal of Orichalcos, a Stratos one, and I want to say one more. And they all come in different shades, such as, like a completely white one with a blue Exodia or green Exodia or whatever, or red Exodia, which I have with blue background. Different, if you guys hear anything in the back, my son is trying to fall asleep. But different types of mats, like I said, they have those 3. I don't know how many there are of either of them, but as far as I know, this is the only time Konami has officially released any cloth mats in Yu-Gi-Oh! And this, I do love Exodia. I think it really exemplifies what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, so I decided to pick this one up for a pretty decent price. Probably about a year or so ago. I absolutely love it. I'm going to pull this one aside. And then here, I have my Elemental Hero, I was going to say Elemental Hero Stratos. No, my Stardust Dragon mat. So this was an online tournament series mat that was released during COVID. I want to say it was supposed to be a in-person release, like for an in-person event. But what happened was, because of COVID, obviously a lot of in-person events didn't happen. So this Stardust Dragon mat was giving out to a huge distributor, of Yu-Gi-Oh! Product. I forget exactly who it was, but you had to essentially enter online and just go ahead and I guess you get like a ticket. It's like a ticket system. I don't know, but I was able to find this from a seller, about $80, $85, I forget. That Exodia mat, those go for roughly, I've seen a lot of variables, but I'll say 500 to 600. I've seen as high as like 650 on the Exodia. Stratos and what was the other mat I said? Stratos and Seal of Orichalcos. Definitely a little bit higher. I think those are pushing 700, 800. Exodia sits, I think, probably a little closer to 400, 500, not 600, but, still pretty expensive mat, still pretty rare. And then Stardust Dragon is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of all time. So, just a few things there. I don't want to go into too much Yu-Gi-Oh! Product, but I have a lot of it. So again, let me know if you guys want a little bit more of my collection. I'm going to go through, just quickly go through 3 binders today. I have way too much stuff, but, show me your collections, send stuff, what you have, whatever. So I got a good light and some Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards here. So this binder, nothing specific, but this binder is kind of more relegated to, not really playable cards, but what I would consider just generally collectible cards, right? None of this stuff's playable, but I did buy a collection I want to say it was almost a year ago now. Let me see if I can pull that light up just a little bit or move it off to the side. And I was able to get, in the collection, had First Ed Gate Guardian, all First Ed pieces, all English, no Asian English. It did have some Asian English stuff, but that's okay. We have 2 Bandai cards being Black Demon Dragon. Yeah, so actually they changed name. Black Demons Dragon. And we ended up getting B Skull Dragon. So I think that's also similar. Summon Skull used to be Demon something or other. And Meteor Black Dragon. So this card obviously ended up first print being a prize card in a event in Japan, like Tokyo Dome 2000 or something like that. And down here's a bunch of them. So here I have a replica from Premium Pack 3, I believe it is. The Super that came out in PRC1, I don't know what set that is. And then Speed Duel Super. So Meteor Black Dragon, again, one of my favorite cards. Almost exclusively just because of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Forbidden Memories. I think we've all played it or heard about it at this point. But I do love Meteor Black Dragon. And, just some real classic cards here. Over here, I have it split up a little bit between some ritual stuff and other stuff. So over on this side, I actually do have B Skull Dragon First Ed. This one's a little damaged. So what happened with this one, cool story with this, and not cool, but a story, is there's a shop in California called Frankenstein. It's like a giant warehouse where people can buy spots. There was a lady back there whose son, unfortunately, had passed away. I want to say it was about 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was during COVID. and she's just trying to sell his collection. And I ended up buying this from her for well over market price at the time. I think they were going for about 80 because it is damaged. It has a huge crease down the middle, but still first ed. I paid like 120 maybe, so pretty far over, but I thought, you know, the story's cool. It helps her out, helps her get rid of stuff. So I was willing to do that, and I just, again, love Summon Skull, and Beast Skull Dragon is a part of that, obviously. A nice Ultimate Rare Reshift, so this first part's going to be, obviously, some fusions and some rituals and stuff. I do have Shinato's Arc TR1. I need to actually get Shinato. A nice Fortress Whale Oath, just a rare card from TP7. It's not, like, expensive or anything, but you just don't, again, I like collecting stuff people don't see. You don't see those. First Ed BLS Ritual and First Ed BLS, the original. Oh, I guess second printing. Just some cool art cards. So this is really taking it back. Chakra and Fiend's Handmirror. Fiend's Handmirror was first printed in OCG along with BLS at like the first tournament ever. Is second or third place prizing. It was originally a normal monster. No ritual required, but it is weird that we didn't get this until what is PR Collection? I forget what that is. The same thing. Chakra, very old card, and then Resurrection. So again, I just love old cards, and none of these are expensive, but I just think they're really neat to have. Here we have a bunch of premium pack secrets. So as far as ritual goes, I think Magician of Black Chaos, just the coolest one. You know, as my collection goes on and maybe we see a bit more of it, you'll see a lot of Magician of Black Chaos stuff. I think is just one of the most unique Yu-Gi-Oh cards, one of the coolest. In fact, if I ever got a tattoo, I'd want it to be of Magician of Black Chaos arms, like a tattoo, like dark stuff with these little purple violet bands around my arm. I think that'd be really cool. But we got the secret. So these were originally printed as supers. Same thing as Zero Man. I was able to pick up these secret reprintings of them, and they're pretty hard to find. You can probably get them for 20 to 30 bucks each, maybe. Relatively cheap, but again, just stuff that you don't see. And Zero the Man, another one of those cards that's just way back to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Some Black Magic Ritual, obviously, go with it. Javelin Pack Beetle, again, super printed secret. I do need the Warline Ritual, which is a secret printed super, but again, just some things are hard to find. I don't want to go on TCG Player and spit out the money for it. If I happen to come across it, I come across it. Again, more premium pack stuff, so if you haven't noticed yet, premium pack 1 and 2 are some of my favorite packs of all time. Athena, Marshmallow, and Valhalla. So fairies, obviously, some of my favorite stuff. And here's a really cool card. So we have a misprint Shield Crush. I probably overpaid, paid about 50 bucks for it, but again, anything premium pack, I'm probably just down to pay for. Definitely has that name raised up there, and I think Shield Crush in general is a pretty unique card. It is overshadowed by Nobleman, but as far as, you know, Edison format goes, I think this card has a lot of potential, especially, you know, as we go on and we see more Raikou Hamster decks. Whoops. I think this card could definitely get in there. Obviously, it's not nearly as good against like Frogs or Breaking Duplock, because they also have Smashing Around stuff, but Shield Crush is like the flip of Smashing. Anyways, going on. 3 Mizukis, which I think are way too cheap for what they are, premium pack secrets. And just some more. Elemental Hero Woodsman, I need another one of those. The secret, this again, super to secret and supers to secret. And obviously, Edison format has proved Legacy Viata is an insanely good card, and these have skyrocketed in price. Luckily, I got them when they were, I don't know, like maybe $4 each. I got them. Anyways, going on. Other than Premium Pack, my next favorite pack is probably going to be Tournament Pack 2. So here's a bunch of the rares, and I think all commons on the other side, yeah. So also Skull Guardian, super, super rare. What is this? This is like a $90 or $100 card and quickly goes up. Same thing for Dokuku Rider. Or Dokuro Rider. Dokuro Rider. Some of these Japanese cards that are just really hard to pronounce with English incantations. You gotta speak the Japanese to make it Dokuro Rider to make it actually sound normal. Mika, so this is a weird card. Terrible condition. I think I got this for free a couple years ago, but Mikazuki no Yaiba is an interesting card because in Japanese, this card's name is just Crescent Dragon. And for whatever reason, they changed it to Mikazuki no Yaiba over to the TCG side. I don't think we'll ever get an explanation about that. But again, just some more ritual stuff. Again, I love rituals. I love old school rares and commons. Normal stuff. Queen of Autumn Leaves, just another, again, expensive card, but just a real throwback to Forbidden Memories. You know, I love that stuff. Dancing Elf, so here's something unique. Fairies, one of my favorite typing. This is a level 1 normal fairy, so it works with Christia, Herald of Orange Light, and is an ARA target for Relinquished. It is a deck that I do play for fun. I did recently pick up Two-Headed King Rex. Not that special, I just think Two-Headed King Rex is a super cool card. I think I might have secret first ads of it from Legendary Collection Joey's World, I want to say. I forget, but again, absolutely love Two-Headed King Rex. I think it really just epitomizes what we wanted in Yu-Gi-Oh! So over to this side, I have the K series. So again, these were all cards that were counterfeit printed by, shoot, what was it? Not Bandai. I'm blanking really hard. Some American company, the old distributor of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I forget exactly what it was. Legal battles happened, whatever. They made a bunch of ultimate rares. You could send them into Konami, and they would send you rares in return. And it is signified by this K at the end of every single card. There are 2 cards missing, which are going to be Flute of Summoning Karibo and, is it Transcendent Wings? No, it's Mist. Mist Armor, something like that. Flute Summoning Karibo and like Mist Armor. So those 2 cards I've only seen, I know they exist, and I've had offers for people to sell them to me, but they want over like $1,000 each. Those are extremely rare, very limited. You don't really find those. These aren't too bad. Usually anywhere from $50 to I guess $100 each, depending on the card. I think I had one guy told me he sold a Whitehorn for $200 one time. I don't know. Over here we just have some random TP stuff, maybe a few, CP Mysterious Guard, first ed Cyclone Blade, and I think everyone just, it's always cool to have a set of those in near mint condition. Going on, just some cool legendary collection cards. So these are cards that just generally have very few printings in the TCG. I think Cosmo Queen might only have 1 or 2 other printings. Dunamis has the super rare and Turbo Pack rare, and I think this, and that might be it. Fairy's Gift, I don't know if this has ever been printed other than what it is right now. It might be like an old TP common or something like that. But here's super rare from Legendary Collection Yu-Gi-Oh's World. So I did pick a playset of that. Same thing, just some random card. Garuzis for whatever reason. Again, very rare printing for a card that showed up a lot in Joey's deck, or Joey's decks in the anime. We rarely ever saw this card in the TCG. It has this in the one World Championship pack printing as a super rare, and then the following year it came as a rare. Or maybe the year prior, I forget. And I don't think other than that. So Death's Volscoff, again, only like 2 printings of the card as far as I know. Being this gold and then the Shonen Jump Championship. And just some more Turbo CP tournament pack cards. Over here we have just some random things again. So this was something signed from the card shop that I used to work at. And I do need all 3 pieces. So definitely need the other 2. But again, not in any hurry. I picked this up not too long ago. Over to this side. Just some cool cards. I thought it'd be cool to start picking up some of the old school prismatic secret rares from video games, and this artwork's just insane. It's weird, I didn't know this card even existed until just a couple years ago. I think that's just a card not many people really knew about. Again, just some MC Master Collections. This card, so this is Unlimited Thousand Dragon. I still remember pulling this, probably, that would have been 21 years ago almost. Inside my van at a buddy's house. My parents bought me some packs and I got that. Some more video game promos, just some synchros, XZs, stuff like that. Stuff that's not really usable in any format. These might be good in Tengu Plant, but not really for Edison. And I don't know much about those, but just some more cool collection things. Again, just now we got some fusions, cool collection things. So I got these really cheap. I think they're like 60 or 70 bucks. I paid 16 for them a few years ago. Thought, there's only 2 printings. That's way too low. The Ultimates were way too expensive for me. Actually, all 3 of these. So I was able to get the Ultra First Eds pretty cheap. I don't know what kind of value they are on those. Again, Ultimate was way too expensive. So I got some nice DR4 Ultras. Very nice. And actually, I really like DR4. So Rare is one of my favorite rarities. And I get a lot of hate for it, but that's okay. So I do have a decent amount of just rare DR4 cards. Nothing too crazy here. Again, I don't have everything specifically filled out in this binder. This Help Armor I actually pulled out of my Fortnite Guardian box. I just kept it. Some Gods, and everyone has to have those. And then First Ed Blue Eyes, a nice Frost and Flame Dragon First Ed. Archlord Zerato DR2, really cool card. A nice Ultimate Rare Crimson Crisis. I just bought a handful of packs one day at Target. Found some old packs a couple years ago, and actually pulled this out of it, so that was pretty cool. I think that card actually, that has some legitimate value now. Going on, and I think, so here we go. I actually started trying to pick up all the level monsters in max rarity. Not quite there, but slowly working. I paid a decent amount for these, so there's some First Eds. Alties obviously have a lot of work to go, but I have a few others. And I think at the very back are the last few cards. Yep, we got some Speed Duel cards. So, Speed Duel, Rush Duel, pardon me. So Rush Duel has some really, really cool artwork for some of the newer cards, for sure. Rush Duel in general. The Rush Duel Meteor Black Dragon is about $500. So, will I ever get it? Hard to say. And then we'll go into just a quick, here's more playable cards. And I have a binder of Spell Traps, which is this one, and then Monsters. We'll go through the Monster binder next. Mostly, so whenever I get cards, and I used to get cards pretty often. It's been a while since I bought some new stuff. But I'll get, how do I put it? Specific format max ready, right? So D-Rev, First Ed, well, D-Rev, I said that weird, but D-Rev, First Ed Duality, First Eds. I had some Unlims, I sold those, same thing for these First Eds. I don't get rid of the stuff if it's max rarity first edition, I just hold on to it. I do need one more Toon Tables, and I've needed that for probably 4 years, I just never picked it up. So over here, we got, you know, some First Ed stuff. It's just stuff, again, I've had for generally a very long time, but again, if I get stuff in First Ed, I never get rid of it. Just some PSV Cold Waves. I really think some of that stuff's really cool. Some old school stuff. What is that? Legacy of the Gallant, I think is the pack name. First Ed Spellbook stuff. It's nice TP7 Last Wills from any GOAT format decks. I think the rare My Body is Shield. Just, I think it looks the best. Personally, more than the gold. One random ulti there. Just a few more cards. To the Voids. I do have a playset of Metamorphosis. Common First Ed. Actually, I pulled an entire playset when I opened up my box of Veronica Guardian. It was really nice. That box was insane. Probably one of the best packs of all time. Nice CP Accelerator. Power Filter. A card that probably could be used in Edison format. Pretty great against, like, frogs. Neither player can special summon 1,000 or less attack. Maybe really good against something like Rescue Cat decks, too. We'll see. We'll see. So some cool stuff there. Just some more spell cards. Again, this is just spells, and then in the latter half is going to be traps. First Ed Darksea. I wish that and Skyscraper were generally just better cards, but they're not. Instant Fusion is a card we've seen a lot of upgrades in over in Edison format. I think Overload Fusion could probably used a lot too. If we switched up machine decks a little bit, Overload Fusion has a lot of application. So another Shield Crush. This one's DT, however. A nice cool polymerization from Duels Pack Yugi. That was actually the original art. The artwork that we got in Legend of Blue Eyes, I don't know where that came from, but this is the art that I believe that they used in the show and even in the manga. So that's pretty cool. A nice Multiply. That's a card. I want to work on Kribo decks because Multiply is an insane card. We have Flute Summoning Kribo, all the Kribos and whatnot. So I think Multiply has a lot of application in Edison as well. We flip a few pages and that takes us to the traps. So I did try to pick up some stuff for some 2014 formats, I think it is, with the Trap Tricks, Trap Hole, and then Fiendish Chain. Really good in other 2011, 2012 formats, especially once priority goes away, 2012. So I'm trying to get a few more of those max rarity. Just a few things here. Some Super Raigeki breaks, Super Deep Prison, Super Reckless Greed, First Ed Mask Restrict that read, no matter what the situation, neither player can offer any monsters tributes. The early Yu-Gi-Oh! Descriptions were pretty wild. CP Solemn, I have 4 of these, and this might be my favorite Solemn, just because I do have a playset of Ultra First Ed, which, are they in here? I don't know if they're in here, but I do like this one more, also because it's just a lot cheaper, but I think rares are just really cool. I do need some super of those, but, you know, Ultra First Ed's not bad. Not bad. They're my rare Oppressions, some Starlights, Inferno Bear, Jar Greed, Super Beckoning Lights, First Ed Metal Reflex. Again, if I get a card max rarity First Ed, I don't get rid of it, even if it's maybe a relatively useless card. We have some LOB First Ed Trap Holes, both Crush Card Viruses, neither are SJC, unfortunately. A nice First Ed 7 Tools, you don't see those a lot. And over to this side, there it is. There's my 2 First Ed Solemns from MRD. Imperial Order, First Ed Treacherous, Super Karma Cut, and then Ulti Transmigration and Ulti Divine Wrath. And I think on the last page, yep, a few more cards, Ulti First Ed. Hero Signal, again, like I said, probably could need or pick up another Vanity's Emptiness or 2, but definitely probably pick up another Pulling the Rug. And I definitely need 2 more Called Haunteds for some of the more other retro formats. And going on to the very last binder, this video is going to be a little bit long, so anyone that watches it I hope you enjoy it. So this is going to be my monster binder, which includes fusions, synchros, and XZs. So I got some Battle Pack Gyzarus and first edition max rarity GOAT format stuff. I used to play a tremendous amount of GOAT format. At one point, they weren't first ed ultras, but I had like 17,000 eyes restricts or something like that. I just ended up selling them all because no one needs that many. 2 5-head dragon. I do have ultras of this, but they're in my deck at the moment. Some nice ultra absolute zeros, and as you can see, maybe we'll get it. 2 of them have these nice little packaging crimp, where they just crimp the pack over top of it. And a card that should definitely be 10 times its value. Alti first at Demise King of Armageddon. I picked those up for no reason. Again, I've never played a deck with them. I just love them. I think they're so cool looking. A nice Alti first at Gatling. Here we have XZs again. Never used any of them, but I like having them. So this Diamond Dyer is actually, I went to the sneak preview for Cosmo Blazer and pulled that out of the sneak preview. Kept it ever since. And I think Diamond Dyer has some of the best card artwork of all time. Its face is a little goofy. But as far as the rest of it, very few Yu-Gi-Oh cards have legitimate backgrounds that are built into them. They just have like weird things like this. I guess this is the sky or whatever. But he has the woods and this artwork of the ice, like diamonds, whatever. It looks really good. Very useful card. Over to this side, just some more max rarity cards. I would like to get another Silent Honor Arc. I think those are cheap. So are the Utopias. Extremely cheap. All XZs are cheap, I think. If you're looking to play retro formats, pick up max rarity XZs. These cards are just basically free at this point, to be honest. And then I need some more stuff over here. But we go over to the Synchros, and here now cards are way more expensive. Shins are like 90 each. Scrap Dragons, last I looked, they're 40, 45. I do need one more because I want to start Tango format, but I want to play Scrap, so maybe try to pick some of those up in a bit. I do have the entire Watt deck, so it's nice having those. Some Power Tool stuff, just a few other cards. Alti Colossal, Iron Chain, Magical Android. Very good card, extremely underrated in Edison. I think more decks should run 1, if not 2 copies of that. To say Catastro's better is, I'm going to say, not always true. Secret Stardust Dragon. It is not the Gore's misprint, but I think that has some of the absolute best printing of Stardust ever. And then just a few other random Synchros. Not random. Getting all Edison stuff. And then pre-Edison stuff and post-Edison stuff. I do particularly like this this line of the Envisionite Lightened and Ancient Sacred Wyvern. Looks really good together. And then this should be the last page of Synchros. Last page of Synchros. Let's check what's next. Yep, onto the monsters. Just some stuff for later formats. Full playset of all the creators. First add max rarity on those. Onto this side. I never got that third Alti Swap Frog. It's unfortunate, but I don't ever plan on getting a third Alti Swap Frog unless the price drops dramatically. Those are way too expensive for me right now, that's for sure. Just stuff that I've picked up over the years. I will say, so most of this stuff I've been collecting for a very long time. I did buy a couple of collections I pulled a few cards out of. A nice misprint Malicious Edge. I don't know if you can see it, but it has all the stars, and then it has like extra stars printed above it. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in on that. Yeah, so it has like a double printing of the stars on top of the stars. Lay that back down right there. But yeah, I've been collecting for many, many years. So this isn't just like I went out and bought one collection last year. No, this is over like a lifetime's worth of collecting. Basically ever since the card game came out. Pharaoh's Tour Stratos, it is my favorite. Pharaoh's Tour Stratos, for whatever reason, just doesn't get the love. I get it's because it's common when there's Alti, Ultra, and all other kind of stuff out, but it's fine. I like Pharaoh's Tour. Some Necrogardenas. I would like to get one more Alti of that. I would like to get a first ed Titanial, but that's too expensive for first ed Titanial. Some Cyberdark stuff. Unfortunately, there was a time where I was able to buy Cyberdark Dragon first ed Ultimate, $20, and I wanted it. But I didn't buy it, and now they're like $400 or $500, so probably not going to get that. A few more. One of the very few GOAT format tournaments I was ever in, we all bought a pack of Flaming Eternity and then used that to the winner. I think the winner got like 4 packs, and I ended up pulling this Unlimited Ultimate Rare Gearfried out of one of the packs, which is insane. This, I don't even know where I got it. But I also have somehow 2 Shogun Shiins, Cyberjar, so I actually got that for free from TCG Player credit. This stuff that are all very expensive now, these ones, I actually got them for like 15 or 20 bucks a piece. Now they're, I don't even know, 100 something. I think Apprentice Magician's about $190 to 100. One Vindictive, probably not quite as high, but still way too much. And here's my Lightsworn page of all Max Rarity Lightsworn stuff. I don't like the deck, though. I've never built the deck, I've never played the deck, and I never want to play the deck. And here's my Max Rarity Dragon stuff. I have played the deck, I love the deck, but it's not my favorite deck, so I don't play it. Here you will notice these Wyverns are actually the GX06. So this game, I forget what game it was, GX06, but it only came out in Europe. So these Red Eyes Wyverns are, I don't want to say extremely rare, but you don't see a GX06. There was a time, and I don't know if it's true still, these were going for about $100 a piece on TCG Player. I also price all my stuff off TCG Player. I don't really use other stuff, so I don't know what kind of value those are going for anymore, but very, very hard to find, and you can tell their print is definitely different than the root print ones that we got. Some tour guides, Max C's, some more dragon stuff. Infernal Dragon, cool, because it's a target with deck devastation virus. So I think it's a cool, unique side deck card with some deck debuts for any general dragon deck. Just some more stuff. Some Turbo Pack Doom Calibers, some First Ed Super Nimbles, and Mystic Piper. These are going to be for whenever I start playing Tengu format. Who knows when that'll be. Speaking of Tengu format, some of those, and just some old school Max Rarity zombie stuff. This is my dark page of cards that were once good cards and are now evil cards. Dark Lord Zerato, also unfortunate what happened to that card. And by that, I mean, throughout time, people just stopped playing it. Even in Dad Return decks, they really don't play it that much, but it's a Raigeki, so it's really good. Here's a fairy page. Shining Angel is currently in my frog deck, if you've seen any preview of that. We have just some random stuff over here. I love Green Baboon Defender of the Forest, so I actually just have a tremendous amount of copies of that. Some more DR4, nice Treeborn Frog, and then some other just First Ed random things that I think are really cool. Again, just some more random things I think are really cool. Plasma is a card that I've never given nearly enough attention, especially in Edison format. I probably should. Maybe just a random frog tech, one of. Some sweet First Ed Tomatoes, a secret rare. Max Rarity Flame Bells, which aren't very expensive, so everyone should have some of those. I do need another one of these Whitestone Legends. I do want some more Gold Rare Caius. Gold Caius looks so good. It looks so good. The original Gold Rares from Series 1 and Series 2 look amazing. The original print of alternate art Cyber Dragon, the evil Cyber Dragon, if you will. These are what I currently use. I think I probably prefer those to the current alties of that, to be honest. I don't really like the alti work that they did on that. Some other random things. Some machine cards. Some more machine cards. And then some dark cards. An alti First Ed Ryza that I randomly have. Not in great condition. And then the last page is going to be just more random cards. This Jinzo, however, is a misprint. As you can see, the secret foiling is left to right when it's supposed to be right to left. So that's pretty unique. And that is just the start. Almost 30 minutes, geez, of just a little bit of a collection. Let me go if you guys want to see more, and let me see your collections. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, and bye.